Welcome to another game in the 1984 Game of the Week replay. Simming with replay, PC replay baseball, but playing individual games with inside pitch baseball. And today's game is going to be coming from Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. It is the Seattle Mariners against the Toronto Blue Jays. You could call it the expansion series if you like, because of 1977, both those teams were expansion teams. Let's look at the records for both teams entering this game. Toronto enters at 10-6. Seattle enters at 6-9. Looking at the replay roundup, we see the standings as of April 22nd. Detroit holds a slim lead in the East. Minnesota a slim lead in the West. Philadelphia a one-game lead in the East in the National League, and Houston a three-game lead in the NL West. So they are off to a red hot start. One key note here is that in this game, Alvin Davis, he is the player of the week, reigning player of the week, hitting .333 with 4 home runs and 8 RBIs during that week. And Dave Collins has a 9-game hitting streak entering this game, but he's not starting. So the dilemma again is, do you pinch run him, pinch hit him, and risk that streak? Or do you set him aside, depending on how you want to look at it? All right, starters for today's game. It's going to be Dave Stieb for Toronto, Mark Langston for Seattle. So let's go ahead and get on with the festivities. Stieb is finishing up his warm-up tosses. Mr. Stieb, let's lower this just a hair. Dave Stieb finishing up his warm-up tosses, and leading things off for Seattle will be second baseman Jack Perconti. Used to call him Perconti sauce, but there he is. All right, so entering into this game, Dave Stieb enters the game 3-0 with a 2.08 ERA. And he'll be opposed by Langston, who is 1-0 with a 2.40 ERA. So combined, they are 4-0. So something's got to give here. Okay, so Perconti enters the game hitting a robust .358 with no homers and 4 runs driven in. So we are ready to go here from Exhibition Stadium. Our runner advancement sheet in, and we are ready to go. And what happened to the white die? Got hung up in there somehow. How did that happen? I'm going to re-roll that. I've never seen it get hung up like that. Let's try it again. That's been the way I put it in there somehow. All right, so we got a 2-2 for Stieb. And 2-2 against a lefty is a star line, automatically a star line. So we'll roll and see what the star line is. It's a 3, which is a fly to center. So Perconti will fly to center. There's one away. That'll bring up the left fielder. Third baseman, Barry Bonnell. He plays all over the place. He's playing third base today. Bonnell, 229, 2 homers, and 5 runs driven in. 4-5 on Stieb is a ballpark check, so we go straight to Exhibition Stadium for the first time. We get a 1-2, and that's a ground ball to short. So easy play there for the shortstop, Alfredo Griffin. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Alvin Davis, the aforementioned player of the week from the prior week, as he had such a huge week. And on the season, Alvin Davis now hitting .361, 6 homers, and 11 runs driven in. 3-4 on Stieb is a blank. So we go to Alvin Davis's card, finish the at-bat, 5-6. He's going to line it to second. That is snagged by Damaso Garcia. And Seattle rather quickly put away by Mr. Stieb. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the first. Seattle nothing. And Toronto coming to bat. And Mark Langston on the hill for the Mariners. He'll be facing leadoff man Damaso Garcia. And on the season for the Blue Jays, Garcia a measly 191, 1 homer and 5 runs driven in. Looking to get it started. 6-6, a possible hit by pitch on the very first play. And he will get hit by a pitch. That's a 10 there, plus 7 from Langston to the 17. 1 well within that. So Langston starts the game by plunking Damaso Garcia. Garcia's attempt is a 7, minus 1 from Langston makes him a 6. So we'll see if anything's cooking. It's a 3, so he's going to try to steal. Garcia's a 16. Langston takes away 2, makes it a 14. The catcher, Kearney, is a minus 1, makes it a 13. 1-13, Garcia makes it. And he does. It's a possible throwing error on Kearney. His throwing error is a 10. So we'll check and see if he makes an error on the throw. He does not, but it is going to be a stolen base for Garcia. And the Blue Jays got something cooking here in the first as they get a runner in scoring position. Nobody out for Lloyd Moseby. Moseby 227, 2 homers, and 11 runs driven in. 2-2 is a potential walk on Langston. The walk rate on Moseby against the lefty is a 10. -2 from Exhibition Stadium drops that to an 8. 11's above that, so no walk. We finish on Moseby 4-5. And that's a triple to left field for Lloyd Moseby. How do you like that? A straight out triple for Lloyd Moseby, and that will score Garcia. The Blue Jays now lead it 1-0, and they're treating Mark Langston rather rudely right now. That'll bring up George Taco Bell, 222, 2 homers, 8 RBI. 3-3 is a range play, so we'll see who the range play is on. 5-1, it's a fly to right, so we're checking the range of Al Cowens. He's only a 1, so this is definitely trouble. And he does fail the range play. If it's a 5 or 6, it turns into extra bases. It does not, it's a single. But it's enough to score Moseby from third. George Bell gets the hit to drop in front of Cowens, and the Blue Jays now lead it 2-0 right off the get-go. And Langston in trouble. Here's Cliff Johnson, 309, no homers, and 6 runs driven in. He's the DH. 6-2 is a potential walk. And his walk ratio is an 18. Even the stadium is not going to stop that. That is a walk. Langston still can't get anybody out. First and second with nobody out. 2 runs are already in. Here's Jesse Barfield. He's struggling. 194, 1 homer, and 2 runs driven in. 2-1 is a K plus, and with a 1 on the D20, that is an automatic K. So Barfield continues to struggle. Brings up first baseman Willie Upshaw, lefty on lefty against Langston. Upshaw, 333, no homers, and 6 runs driven in. We got a 1-3. It's a strikeout chance. 10 is a strikeout here against lefties. You add 1 to the stadium, makes it 11. So 10 falls under the 11. It is a back-to-back strikeouts for Langston. He's trying to climb his way out of the hole. And here's Garth Clockwork Orge. He is hitting 227, no homers, and 1 run driven in. 5-2 is a potential walk, but 14 is way too much for that, so we go to Orge. 5-5, it's a ground ball to second, and the inning's over. So Langston, I guess, fortunate to only allow the 2 the way the inning started. But nonetheless, the Blue Jays do lead it 2-0 after 1. And they've turned that lead over to Dave Stieb. And the way he's been pitching this season, 3-0 and very impressive. Good chance he might hold that lead, but we'll see. There's 8 innings left. That's why you play 9 innings in the game. All right, so for Seattle, it'll be Pat Putnam. And Putnam, 163, 2 homers, and 8 runs driven in. He is the DH in this game. 1-3 on Stieb is a possible error. So we check and see who the error might be on. 3-1 is a ground ball to first. First baseman error check is on Willie Upshaw. He's a 6, but 14's above that. So good play for Upshaw. He will make the play, no problem, as he takes care of Mr. Putnam. And that brings up left fielder Gorman Thomas, Stormin Gorman. He will step in, hitting 153, no homers, and 4 runs driven in. 4-1 is a range play, so we're checking the range of somebody. 4-2. And that says it's a walk. This is very interesting. It's a range play, but you got a walk on his card with a W there. Don't think I've ever seen that before, so I'm going to learn this one with you. I'm assuming he walks. I mean, I just don't know what else to... It's a walk there, so to me, it's an automatic walk. Don't need to worry about a range play. It's a walk, unless somebody can prove to me differently in the rules, which I don't have handy in front of me, but that's the way I'm going to play it. And if it's wrong, I'll figure it out later. All right, here's Al Cowens, 245, 4 homers, and 7 runs driven in. Stieb, 2-3 is another walk potential, but that's only a 5, so he will not walk. 9's above that. So we go to Cowens, 5-6. That's a fly to center. 2 down. And that turns us over to Phil Bradley. Bradley, 243, no homers, and 5 runs driven in. Playing center field. 2-3 is a potential walk again. And this time it will be a walk with the 13 there. Even the -2 won't stop it. It'll be a 2-out walk. So 2 walks issued by Stieb puts runners at first and second. With 2 outs for Bob Kearney, the catcher. Kearney 275, no homers, 3 runs driven in. 5-6 is a strikeout chance, and he will strike out to end the inning. So Stieb, a little bit of wildness, but gets through it. We go to the bottom of the second. Still a 2-0 Blue Jays lead. And Mark Langston will see if he can recover from that rough first inning. He's going to be facing Buck Martinez, catcher. And Buck Martinez, 294, no homers, 2 runs driven in. 6-1 would be a single if he's tired, but he's not tired. So Martinez, 4-2 is a star line 3, and that is a ground ball to third. And look at that, I started the inning 2 here, didn't I? That was kind of stupid. Oh well, can't fix it now. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I started keeping the score in the second inning instead of the first inning, so oh well, we'll just call that a blank, huh? All right, it happens. All right, here's Alfredo Griffin. I don't know if anybody even caught that in the first inning, but oh well. Langston, 3-3 is a range play. We'll check and see who the range is on. 2-3 is a single pass second, but we're checking the range of the second baseman. And second baseman in this case is Jack Perconti. He's a 2. So Perconti has a chance. If it's a 1 or 2, he can stop it. It's a 3. It's going to get by for a base hit. So Alfredo Griffin sneaks it by Perconti. A little extra sauce on that hit. Snuck it through. He's a 3 attempt. -1 makes it a 2. And 9, nothing's happening. So Griffin's going to hold. So 1 out and 1 on for Damaso Garcia. 6-3 is a blank on Langston, so we go to Garcia. 3-6, the inverse, a single pass short. So on a single pass short, to get from first to third, you need a 5 or a 6 BR rating. Griffin does not resemble that. Griffin has a BR rating of 3. So that's not going to happen. And I forgot to say, let's see, did I give Griffin? I may have given Griffin's numbers. He's 192, no homers and 5 runs driven in. All right, so here's Mosby with 2 on and 1 out. Langston, 3-1 against a lefty is a blank. With a Mosby 2-4, he flies to center. That's 2 down. So on the fly to center, you subtract 3 from the BR rating to get from second to third. So Griffin would be down to a 0 at that point. So no moving up there. Here's George Bell. 5-3. It's would be a star line against the lefty, but against the righty, it's blank. So we go to Bell. 5-4, and that's a single pass first. That would probably score a run. Let's take a look. S3. To get from second to home, you need a 4 through 6, but there are 2 outs. So let's see. Maybe he won't score. Griffin, his BR rating is a 3, but now there's 2 outs, makes it a 4. So that does qualify him to score with that 2-out boost. And the Blue Jays now take a 3-0 lead. Now to get from first to third for Garcia, you need on that S3, you only need a 2 through 6, so he will get to second without even worrying about it. I'm sorry, get to third without even worrying about it. So runners are on the corners. George Bell has an attempt of 2. So I guess we'll check it and see if he does anything. -1 from Langston, so this has to be a 1. It's not, so nothing's going on for George Bell. They will play for the double play against Cliff Johnson, who's a slow runner. He's got a double play rating of 3. Looking for the ground ball. 1-5. Blank on Langston. So we go to Johnson's card. 3-4. Ground ball to third. Possibly just what the doctor ordered. That's a 3. Langston adds nothing. The pivot Perconti adds nothing. But a 1 through 3, and we got a double play on Cliff Johnson. It's 5 though, so it's not going to happen, and that will score the run. They were hoping. No, I'm sorry, that's the 3rd out. My bad. That's the 3rd out. I don't know why I was even worried about that. That's the 3rd out of the inning. I'm sitting there worried about a double play. All right, so extra run for Toronto, and they take a 3-0 lead against Mark Langston and the Seattle Mariners. Turn that over to Dave Stieb. So Stieb looking to make this stand up. He's going to be facing Spike Owen. Spike Owen, 280, no homers, 4 runs driven in. 3-4 is a blank against Mr. Stieb, so we go to Owen. Spike Owen, 4-6. It's a star line 1, which is a ground ball to second. and that's one away. So that brings up Bricanti. Bricanti flew to center his first chance, 5-4. Strikeout chance, that's a 1, so he will strike out. So Stieb puts the K on Bricanti. A little extra hot sauce on that. Here's Bunnell, 5-1, strikeout chance, but 20's too much. Go to Bunnell, 3-2. That's a single past third base, and first hit of the game for the Mariners is Mr. Bunnell. He's got an attempt of 2 at a -1, so this has to be a 1 to steal. It is a 2, though, means a hit and run. So we're going to hit and run with Alvin Davis coming up. So the hit and run will be on. First check Stieb, see if there's a strikeout chance. 4-6. Against the righty it would be, but against the lefty it's blank, so we go to Alvin Davis's card. 4-2 is a fly to right, so it didn't matter anyway. Third out of the inning. And the Mariners go relatively meekly. Here in the third, they do get their first hit of the game. So there goes the no-hitter, as they say. But Blue Jays lead at 3-0. And Langston out now to face Barfield. Barfield, a 2-5 on Langston is a potential walk. 18, though, is too much. So we go to Barfield, 6-5. And that is a single pass first base for Jesse Barfield. His attempt is a 2, -1, makes it a 1. So we'll see if anything's cooking. It is not, so Barfield will just hold. Willie Upshaw, lefty on lefty. 1-1 is a range play on Langston. 4-1 is a single to center potentially, but we're checking the range of the center fielder. That's Bradley. He's a 2, and he won't get it. So we'll see if it's a double or not. It's a 6, so it's a double. So a double to center field, and now we have to check runner advancement. Double to center field from first base is a +1 to the BR rating. BR of Barfield is a 3. It makes him a 4. Center fielder is a 0. So 1 to 4, and he will make it. He does make it. It's a 3, so he does score. And it's now 4-0 Toronto. So they are putting the hurting to Mr. Langston. Upshaw is not going to go anywhere. We roll the 20 just to see if there's any kind of a pick-off or anything. There's not. You had to have a 20 to do that. Here's Garth Orge. 1-5, blank against a righty. Orge, 6-3, flies to center. 1 away. That will bring up Buck Martinez. And again, we'll check for the potential of anything happening. There's nothing. So here's Martinez. 6-4 is a blank against a righty. Martinez, 4-6. Buck Martinez grounds to third. That's going to freeze the runner at second. So there's 2 down for Alfredo Griffin. Nothing on the 20. Here's Griffin. Langston, 4-3 is a walk plus. But with a 20, that's not going to happen. Griffin doesn't walk. So 6-3 is a single pass center for Alfredo Griffin. This could bring the run home. Upshaw, his BR rating is a 3, but there are 2 outs. That makes him a 4. And a single to center. Second to home, you add 2. It makes it a 6. Center field arm is 0, so he's going to score without a throw. And it becomes 5-0 Toronto here in the third. And Langston could be just about done. The bullpen is loosening for Seattle. But he's getting to be where he's just about kaput here. Griffin's BR rating is a 3. I'm sorry, not his BR rating. His attempt rating is a 3. Langston's a -1, makes it a 2. Nothing happening. So we go to Garcia. 5-6. Range play at the ballpark, so we bring out Exhibition Stadium for a range play. 4-3 on a range play. That's a potential home run to center field. Garcia's home run chance is only a 6, so it's not going to be a home run, but we're going to check the range of the center fielder because it could drop in for a base hit. And the center fielder, in this case, is Bradley. He's a 2. And he can't get it, so it's going to drop in for a base hit. Is it going to be an extra base hit? Yes, it is. It's a double. Double for Garcia, so the range of the outfielder is really hurting Langston, or lack of range, I should say. Griffin, his BR rating is a 3, but it comes a 4 with 2 outs. Again, that double to center with 2 outs, it's a +1, so that makes it a 5. So his BR is a 5, center fielder arm is a 0. So unless this is a 6, he will make it. The red, I mean. And the red's not a 6, so he does make it. And it's now 6-0, and that's going to be it for Langston. Oh, I think I'll let him pitch to Mosby, I think, because it's lefty on lefty. That's the only reason. I'm not even going to worry about the pickoff at this point. 5-5. Strikeout plus against Mosby, because Mosby is batting the lefty. It is a strikeout plus, so he will strike him out to end the inning. But that's going to be it for Langston. He's only going to go 3 innings. And he's going to give up 5, make it 6 runs. 6 runs, all earned against Langston. So an ugly outing for Mark Langston. One he would like to forget. And Dave Stieb is going to probably end up coasting from here. Let's look at the Seattle bullpen. See who their long reliever is. Roy Thomas is one of their long relief men, as he has a rating of 11. So we'll let Roy Thomas come in and mop up, I guess you could say. Roy Thomas will come in and pitch. Good thing for Seattle is they're on the road, so they only have to cover 8 innings, not the full 9, as long as they're behind. Here's Pat Putnam, DH for the Mariners. Against Steve, that is a 6-3. Potential strikeout, 7. That's going to be a K. So Steve puts the K on Putnam, 1 away. And here is Stormin Gorman. 1-4 is a potential walk, and he will walk. He's got a huge walk rating. So Stormin Gorman will walk. We will eschew the strategy rolls now because the difference in the game is 6 runs, and we've got less than 6 innings remaining. So, or right at 6 innings. So that's borderline. We're just not going to worry about it because down 6-0, you're not going to try anything. All right, here is Al Cowens against Steve, 6-4. Potential hit by the pitch. Remember, he's a +10. That's a 3. 13, but 17's too much. So Cowens not hit by the pitch. 3-2, and that's a fly to right. So 2 down, and that brings up Phil Bradley, center fielder. Really out of position. He's really a right fielder playing center field. You can see he's got range of 3 in the corner outfield, only a 2 in center. 3-4 is a blank on Mr. Stieb. 4-4. 4-4 is a single pass second. So we'll check the runner advancement on an S4 to get from first to third. You need a 3 through 6 BR rating. There are 2 outs, so that will give him an extra bump for Al Cowens. Cowens is 3 already, so he will make it to third automatically. Runners are at the corners with 2 down for Bob Kearney, catcher. Steve, 6-6 is a potential walk. Kearney's walk is not high enough, so go to Kearney's at bat, 2-3, and that is a ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. So Steve pitches around that little bit of trouble and keeps the shutout intact. It is still 6-0 in favor of the Jays. Now Roy Thomas is on in relief, and he'll be facing George Bell, George Taco Bell, against Thomas. 3-5. 3-5 is a strikeout chance, and against Bell, that's a 9, +1 from the stadium, gives him the strikeout. So Bell down on strikes. Here's Cliff Johnson. 1-1 is a walk, and a 1 is going to be a walk automatically. So Cliff Johnson will draw another base on balls. Again, we're eschewing the strategy rolls unless the game gets closer. 3-4, error on the grounder potentially. Barfield, 6-5. It's a single pass first. Single pass first, and there's no error because the blue die is a 17. So an S3, to go from first to third on an S3, you only need a 2 through 6. And Cliff Johnson is a 1, so he has to hold up. How about that? He's talking about a slow runner. He had to hold up. So runners are at first and second with 1 out for Willie Upshaw. 3-3 is the ballpark card, so we go to Exhibition Stadium. Roll on the park, 6-3. It is a fly to center, and that's 2 down for Garth Clockwork Orge. 3-6 strikeout chance. 13's too much. Go to Orge. 6-2. Ground ball to third, and that's going to end the inning. So finally a 0 on the board, courtesy of Roy Thomas. So he's going to be asked to go at least 2, maybe 3 innings perhaps, depending on how well he pitches. Try to eat some innings. All right, it's Dave Stieb. Stieb now. And as I was looking at Stieb's statistics for the Jays, Stieb, if you look at his numbers, he is 3-0, 2.08 ERA. He's got 2 complete games already, so he's no stranger to going to the distance. Here's Spike Owen, 4-4. That is a foul ball. It's a wild pitch, but nobody on. Foul ball. Go back to Stieb, 4-6. Spike Owen is a switch hitter batting left, so it's blank. So we go to Owen. Owen, 5-3 against a right-hander is a single past second base. So Spike Owen, third Seattle hit rather, all singles. And again, we're not going to worry about the role for the strategy because just the score doesn't dictate it. 2-4 is a walk plus to Jack Perconti, and he will draw a walk. 8 against a right-hander. -2 is a 6. Now he won't draw a walk. I take it back. Stadium is going to cost him 8, and the walk plus would make this an 18, but -2 makes it a 16, and that's a 17. No walk for Perconti. No dice for Perconti there. 1-5. Starline 5 instead is a fly to left. So Perconti went from a walk to a fly to left. And there's one away. And that brings up Barry Bonnell. Stieb, a 6-2 is a potential walk again. But again, 8-16 is way too much on the D20. 3-2 is a single pass third. And on an S5, I believe going from first to third on an S5, you have to have a 6. And you better believe Spike Owen does not have a 6 BR rating. He's got a 3 BR rating. So he will hold. He will hold at second base. Brings up Alvin Davis with 2 on and 1 out. 6-1 on Stieb is a strikeout chance, and he will get the K on Alvin Davis. So out number 2, and that brings us around to the DH, Pat Putnam. Last hope for Seattle in this inning, score a run. 4-4 is a potential wild pitch. That's an 8. That's out of the range of wild pitch, so it's just going to be a foul ball. Go back to Stieb. 6-3 is a potential strikeout. 7 will do it. So Stieb puts the K on Putnam. And through 5 innings, he's got the shutout going. Dave Stieb keeps the shutout going. Here's Roy Thomas back out for his second frame. See if he can't eat some innings. Here's Buck Martinez, the catcher. Martinez is grounded to third twice. 5-2. He's going to get the ballpark result. Hopefully he won't ground to third this time. 3-2 is actually a blank, so we got a rare play. So we're going to the rare play chart. If it's anything to do with injuries, I'm not going to use injuries, of course, but we'll see. Unless if he is, I'll injure him for the game, and that's going to be it. So we'll roll the red and white die with runners on base and see what happens. Or actually, nobody on base. Space is empty. And that's a 26. So we go to our bases empty chart, 26. Third baseman goes in the hole to make the play and hurts himself on the play. Resolve as a range play. Then check for injury on the third baseman for Seattle. All right, interesting. All right, so we're checking the third baseman for Seattle, which in this case is Barry Bonnell. His range is only a 1, so obviously not very good range, and his E-rate is a 20, which is also awful. We'll check the range play, and he fails that. And then we'll see if it's at extra bases. It's not. And now the injury factor. Let's look at the injuries. Although I really shouldn't be doing injuries, I guess. But I wonder if I should even mess with the injuries. I don't know if I should even mess with the injuries. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with the injuries at this point. It's just gonna be a base hit where Buck Martinez puts it past Bonnell. So he still grounded it to third, but this time Bonnell couldn't get to it. So Buck Martinez, the pull hitter in this game. He will reach, and here's Alfredo Griffin. 2-3. Alfredo's a switch hitter batting left, so that's a home run check. That's a 6. Home run here is only a 4, so he fails that check. So we finish the at-bat on Griffin. He's still going to single pass first base. And again, to get from first to third on S3, all he needs is a 2 BR rating. And Buck Martinez has that, so he will go to third. So runners are at the corners, nobody out. And that brings up Garcia. 4-1's a range play. Infield is at double play depth. 1-6 is a fly to center, so we're checking the range of the center fielder. Again, not very good. It's Bradley, he's a 2. Although he does make the play this time. So is it a sac fly? That's the other thing. Sac fly rating here is a 1. And let's see if he can manage to pull that off. He does not. So let's check the BR of the batter. I'm sorry, the runner. Martinez is only a 2, so they're not even gonna mess with that. Oh, I got it right. Sacrifice fly by mistake, didn't I? All right, so 1 away. They're no. That run's really not that important to them, so they're just gonna hold everybody up. Here's Mosby, 2-3, and that's another home run chance against Thomas with a lefty. His home run's a 14. That's a 13. It is gone. A 3-run home run for Lloyd Mosby. And that puts the icing on the cake, I do believe. It's now 9-0 Toronto. 9-0 Toronto. And I think Stieb has more than enough runs to win the day here. Thomas will try to finish out the inning. 3-6, a strikeout chance. That's a 19, no strikeout. For the bell, 2-4. Flies to left. That's out number 2. Brings up Cliff Johnson. Walked twice. 6-5 strikeout. This time he's going to strike out to end the inning. But 3 runs are on. And it is 9-0 after 5 innings of play here at Toronto. So we move on, and there'll be a new pitcher for Seattle. Don't know who that'll be yet, but we'll figure it out. Right now, Gorman Thomas will lead off the 6th. Stormin Gorman, 4-4 is a foul ball again. 6-3, strikeout chance. 19 is too much. So Thomas, 1-3. He's going to ground to third. And that'll be handled over there by Mr. Orge. 1 away, and here's Al Cowens. 2-6, strikeout chance, but 20 is too much. Cowens, 5-4, is a ground ball to second. So notice how clean Stieb's score sheet is up here and how nasty the Seattle pitching is. Stieb, 4-5, ballpark chance for Phil Bradley. A 5-6, and it's a question mark 8. That's a 3, so that's on the ballpark. That's going to be a double for Phil Bradley. So Phil Bradley, 2 for 2, is the only one doing anything offensively for Seattle. He reaches on the double, and that brings up Kearney. 6-2 is a potential walk. Kearney will not walk. 7 is too much. 1-5, he flies to right, and the inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, and we'll get a new pitcher for Seattle as they look down their bullpen and see who wants to come in. And there's not too many takers right now, but Seattle manager Dale Crandall has to pick somebody. So they're going to go with right-hander Dave Beard. So Dave Beard is on to pitch. Dave Beard. And that brings up Barfield to lead things off against Beard here in the 6th. 9-0 Toronto. A laugher indeed. 4-4 strikeout chance against a right-hander, and he will strike out. So Barfield gets the K. He's not laughing too much right now. Here's Upshaw, 1-3, another strikeout chance, and Upshaw is gone. So back-to-back strikeouts as Beard is trimming up this Toronto batting order. 5-5, a potential error on a grounder. Orge, 4-5, is a fly to left field. So that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Turned in by Mr. Beard. And we go to the top of the 7th. The only suspense here is, will Stieb get the complete game shutout? Here's Spike Owen. 3-6 is a double question mark. And I got to re-roll to 20 because I just hit it. Don't know what it was. It's a 15. So that's going to be out of range. So we'll go to Owen's card to finish. I apologize. I picked it up prematurely. 5-4 is a liner to second. And the star line would have been an automatic out anyway. So he's out either way. So I guess that worked out okay. Got to be careful not pick these dice up too quickly. 6-5 strikeout chance. 6. He's +1 from the stadium. So that 5 turns into a 6. It is a strikeout. Serpicanti is gone on the strikeout. Second time he's whiffed. Here's Barry Bonnell. 4-6 is another strikeout chance. 6 is there. It's enough for a strikeout. So Bonnell is gone as well. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. Still 9-0 Toronto. And they'll go ahead and have Beard pitch one more inning. And then have somebody else mop up in the 8th. Right now, Buck Martinez, the catcher. against Beard. 5-5. Error on a grounder potentially. 3-2 is a fly to center, so no error check there. And that's going to bring up Alfredo Griffin. 4-4. Switch hitter gets a S1 automatic single for Alfredo Griffin. He is 4 for 4 with 4 singles. How about that? Talk about the ultimate punch and Judy. Here's Beard. 3-1 potential wild pitch, but 18 is a potential pass ball check. So we're checking the pass ball rating of Kearney. That's a 3. If this is more than 3, it's a pass ball. It is. It's a pass ball on Kearney. Just like, not that anything else could go wrong, but it's a pass ball. Beard 1-1 against Garcia righty. That's the star line. We'll see what the star line is. 4, it's a fly to left, so he has to hold at second. So 2 down, runner at second. Here's Lloyd Mosby. 6-4 is a potential walk. 10 against a right-hander will be a walk even with the stadium. So it will still be a walk even though it's -2 from the stadium. So Mosby reaches. And we move on to George Bell. 6-5, range play at Exhibition Stadium. Go to Exhibition Stadium for the range play. 2-1 is a star line 5, which on here is a fly to center. So we're checking the range of Bradley. He's a 2. Always questionable out there for Bradley. But he does make the play this time. So fortunately for him, he makes the play. Langston's wondering where that range was coming from when he was pitching, but it's not there. Beard got it though. So Beard's done. He went 2 innings. That's as much as they're going to want him to go. They'll find some schmuck to finish up the game in the 8th. All right, so Alvin Davis steps to the plate. Alvin Davis to start the 8th against Stieb. 6-1, strikeout chance. That's a 1. He's gone. Struck him out. Now, Stieb can go 31 batters. He's gone 30 now. So this is batter number 31, Pat Putnam. 2-5, error on a grounder potentially. 4-1 is a ground ball to first, and that's a 1. I'm sorry. That's a 1, so it will be an error on the first baseman, Upshaw. E3 on Upshaw. So Upshaw commits the error. One of the first mistakes Toronto had made. Toronto won this real game 8-5. It's not going to be that close now. Here is Stieb, 2-5. Error on a grounder again. Thomas, 2-4. Starline 3, which is this time a fly to center, so no error. So now Stieb's pass is 31, so any fatigue check like this S1 here, it comes into play. Stieb still going 6-2 with a walk, and that will be a walk. It's a 5 -2 makes it a 3, but that's a 3. So this time Al Cowens will get the walk. Puts 2 on with 2 out for Phil Bradley, and Stieb may not be able to make it all the way. Let's see. 3-1 is a star line though. That will help. Automatic out. And it's going to be a 4, which is a ground ball to third. Inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 9-0 Toronto. And let's see who Seattle wants to bring in for to pitch the 8th. And I think all they got left is lefties in there. So they're going to go to Ed Vandenberg, a lefty. Ed Vandenberg. Vandenberg is in. And he'll be facing Cliff Johnson, DH. 3-3, hit by the pitch. It's a 5, -10, so no hit by the pitch. Here's Johnson against a lefty, 2-5. He's going to single past shortstop. So base hit for Cliff Johnson. Brings up Jesse Barfield. 5-2, and against a righty, that's an S1, so automatic single. And on an S1, to get from first to third, you have to have a 4 through 6. Johnson doesn't have that, so he has to hold. 2 on, nobody out for Willie Upshaw. 3-4, and that is the ballpark card. So we're going to Exhibition Stadium. 4-6, that's a star line 6, which is a fly to center. Out number 1, Upshaw is retired. Here's Garth Orge. 3-3, hit by the pitch chance again, but he's got a -10, so that's not going to happen. So Orge, 5-6, is a liner to third. Potential double play. So let's check. On the liner to third, with runners at first and second. Run on a liner to third. Let's see here. Liner to third. A liner to third. Runner on first is a 1, 2. So if it rolls a 1 or a 2, then it will be a double play. It's not. So no double play. Runners get back. 2 down for Buck Martinez. 5-2 for Vanderberg is another S1. So Vanderberg is mostly a lefty specialist, but they try to sneak him in this inning. It's not working. So actually, he was a starting pitcher as well. So let's see here. It's going to be a base hit on S1. I believe everybody scores. From first, from second to home. Even the slow Cliff Johnson will score. It's now 10-0 Toronto as they get that extra point. And then go from first to third on an S1. Need a 4 through 6 for Barfield. And Barfield is a 3, but with 2 outs, he becomes a 4. So Barfield will make it to third. So runners are at the corners with now 2 down. And it's going to send up Alfredo Griffin. 1-3 for Vanderberg against a righty is a strikeout chance. 6 against the lefty is only a 5, so no strikeout. Oh, I take it will be a strikeout because you add 1 to the stadium, so that does make it a 6. My bad, it does make it a 6, so it will be a strikeout. Almost missed that. But a run scores. It is now 10-0. I think it's safe to put the X there in the bottom of the 9th. 10-0, and we're going to go ahead and let Steve try to finish it. And if he hits his fatigue check and gives up a hit or something, that so be it. But they're going to try to get him through it, make him another complete game. Going to be facing Kearney, although they're going to pinch hit for Kearney with big Ken Phelps, the lefty. So Ken Phelps is going to pinch hit for Kearney right here. Not that it really matters, but might as well give the big guy a base hit, see if he can eat. 6-4, hit by pitch. He's a 10 plus a 10, so he's a pinch hit by pitch. That's the second batter that Steve has hit. Spike Owen now the batter. Now will he get pinch hit for? He will. They're going to bring in backup outfielder Dave Henderson. So Dave Henderson will be hitting. Dave Henderson, Hindu. They've also got a Steve Henderson, so you got to differentiate. All right, so Dave Henderson against Steve. 5-5, range play. 4-5, ground ball to short, so we're checking the range of the shortstop. And that shortstop is Alfredo Griffin. He's a 2. Failed range play, gets through for a base hit. So a single. And a single pass short, you got to have a 5 through 6 to get to third. Phelps definitely doesn't have that, so he will hold. Runners are first and second, so that may trim the tail for Steve, but they're going to, let's see, he's faced 36 batters now, so I think that's going to be it for Steve. They're going to go ahead and put the kibosh on that. Bring in Jimmy Key. Jimmy Key is going to come on. Jimmy Key is going to try to finish things out, facing Perconti. But Perconti won't hit because he's lefty, so they're going to bring in a right-hander. They're going to bring in the other Henderson. The other Henderson, Steve Henderson, will pinch hit for Perconti. So here we go, 2-1, nobody out here in the 9th. 2-2 against that's a home run chance right here off of Stieb. And against the lefty, Henderson's a 13, that's an 11. That's a 3-run pinch hit homer for Steve Henderson. So how about that? Both Hendersons and Phelps come through, and now it's 10-3 as Seattle kicks a field goal and cuts the lead to 10-3. Here's Barry Bonnell. Two of those 3 runs now charged to Stieb. 5-4 on Key is a potential hit by pitch, but not going to do it. Go to Bonnell, 6-6. Question mark 7 against a lefty. That's going to be a single for Barry Bonnell. So Seattle trying to put up a meager fight here in the 9th. Brings up Alvin Davis. Alvin Davis. 1-2 is a range play for Jimmy Key. 6-1 is a fly to left. Range of the left fielder. George Bell's a 2. Failed it. Is it a double? It is. It's a double to left field. And they're going to play conservatively. They're not even going to check about Bonnell running. He is going to stay at third base. So second and third, the infield will play back. Actually, Putnam's going to be pinch hit for because he's a lefty. So before I roll that die, I should have pinch hit for him. And they're going to go with, they don't really have anybody else, so we're going to stick with Putnam. Never mind. All right, 4-4. 4-4 is an error on a grounder potentially. 4-4 again is a star line 6, fly to center, so no error there. Is it a sac fly? His sac fly rating's a 3. Could be a sac fly. And it is, so it is a sacrifice fly to center field. That will score Bunnell. It's now 10-4 good buddy with 1 out here in the 9th. And here's Gorman Thomas. Key 2-6, possible error on a throw. Thomas 4-6, fly to center, no throw necessary. 2 down, last chance. It is Al Cowens. 5-6, blank against a righty. Go to Cowens. 2-4, ground ball to third. Ball game is over. There you have it. 4 runs in the 9th for Seattle, but Toronto takes it 10-4. So sorry I couldn't give you a more competitive game, but that's just the way it was. When you try to get all these teams in here, I figured this is the best chance to get Seattle in with Langston on the mound, but it just didn't turn out that way in this game, particularly against Mr. Stieb. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.